So hello and welcome to this very training. This is still a part of the six-figure launch webinar mastermind, which is a part of the launch strategy mastermind. Okay, so I'm still the one, Deborah Ogochukwu, and I want to ask, have you ever wondered how you could launch your ebook or your digital products and services online and be guaranteed to make sales? Have you ever wondered how you could do that? In this very training, I will be showing you the 3-step launch formula to selling out through your product launch online. I'll be sharing with you 3 basic steps which you can use to sell out your product online. This has worked a lot of times. And trust me, you won't be listening to this and you won't be watching this video if I had not applied this 3-step launch formula. So you see that I do what I preach, right? Exactly. I do what I preach. So you need to look for a way to apply this 3-step launch formula, which I am about to show you. So what you should do now is get out your writing materials and take notes so that you can use this same formula to come up with your own with your own strategy with which you will launch your products online. All right, so let's get right into it. So what's the first step? The first step is ensuring that you are launching to the right audience. Now I know I cannot overemphasize on this. I think this would be your who. This is your who. The first right step is to make sure that you're launching to the right audience, that you're launching to the people who need what you are about to offer. Okay, so most times when you're not making sales online, it's because you are offering that thing to people who don't really need it. They don't really need it. They may like the idea of what you're offering, but they may not need it. So you have to ensure that the people you are launching to, that they are your right audience. And don't worry, in this particular video I'll be showing you exactly how to figure out the people, how to launch just to the people who are right for your product. Okay, so stick with me, all right? So now you need to make sure you are launching to people who are willing to get what you are offering, right? People who are willing to get what you are offering, and then people who are willing and able. Now I had to put this one in: people who are willing and able to buy what you're offering. It's supposed to be to pay for what you're offering. People who are willing and able to pay for what you are offering. So you have to make sure you are launching to just these people. Okay, I'll be showing you, don't worry, I'll be showing you how to do this in this very video. So now how can you get just these people to join your launch? How can you get the attention of just these people? And you'll be sure that the only people who are actually attending your launch. Remember, your launch is that your webinar or that your video which you're going to use to attract people. So you know that the only people who are attending that launch, the only people who are going to see that your product, will be those who are interested in buying. So how can you do this? Let's go right into it. So here's what you need to do. Number one, you need to find a pain point of your audience, which your book, your course, your service, your business opportunity, whatever it is you have to offer. Find the pain points of your audience, which your solution, right? Which your solution is going to bring ease to. Now I'm going to try to explain this in a much easier way. Okay, so find a pain point. So I'm going to take a case study so you get to understand this. I'm going to take a case study so that you will know how this can help you to narrow down your audience to just the people who need what you are about to offer. Okay, so let's take a case study. So let's say I want to sell my 6-figure public speaker blueprint. I want to sell my 6-figure public speaker blueprint. Let's say that's what I want to do. So what do I have to do now? I have to look for a pinpoint of people who want to be 6-figure public speakers. Now, there's one thing you should know. Not everyone who wants to be a 6-figure public speaker actually know they want to be a 6-figure public speaker. So if you should come outright and start selling the 6-figure public speaker blueprint, you may not get everybody to pay attention to you. Because some people may see it as 6-figure public speaker. I beg, something like that. They will have an objection. You get that? They have an objection which is already blocking them. They have a mind block. So you come out and you want to sell the 6-figure public speaker blueprint. They won't pay attention to you. So you will just get a handful of people who would pay attention to you. But then if you use this strategy that I'm showing you right now, you'll be able to make sure you are launching to the people who will understand that they need your product. Okay, because there are two types of people. There are people who know they need your product, and the people who know who don't know that they need your product. You need to be able to capture all of them. So using this very strategy now, you'll be able to capture all of them. So let's say I want to sell my 6-figure public speaker blueprint. What I have to do is I have to find a pinpoint of people who can become 6-figure public speakers. Okay, people who can become. Now remember, I didn't say people who want to become. People who can become 6-figure public speakers. Now I hope you are writing that down. People who can become what your product will offer. Okay, they may not know that they can become that, but your products and what you're about to do now will help them to discover that they can become, that they will need your products. Okay, so let's say what pain points can I address? So I will decide to address stage fright. Okay, I'll decide to address stage fright. So you see stage fright now, I'm going to provide a solution to stage fright. So I want to come up with a content. I'm going to show you in one of the videos in this mastermind. I will show you how to create badass content. Okay, I'm going to show you how to create badass content. So just calm down, and when you get to that video, you can watch it. So now I'm going to address stage fright. Okay, so I want to provide a solution to stage fright, and the people whom I am addressing this very thing to will be people who want to overcome stage fright, people who have stage fright, people who are scared to actually speak out in public. Okay, so I'm going to address stage fright. What can you do to overcome stage fright? So I'm going to create a content around stage fright. Now this is what you need to do. Create a content around that pinpoint that you want to address. Help people out for free. Remember, I've said that before. You need to always give. So help people out for free. What is the problem? What is the solution to stage fright? So now, if I can successfully get only the people who are interested in overcoming stage fright, if I can successfully get just these people to attend my webinar, where I will now upsell the 6-figure public speaking blueprint, you will find out that I will be able to make lots of sales. Okay? Now, why would this happen? That's because I've been able to address an issue, and in the process of trying to address that issue, I use that issue to bring a particular type of people to me. So let me say you're about to launch what will I say? I think I'm just thinking of dancing. So you want to launch your own dance class, okay, or something, and then you decide that, okay, you want to address the issue of how to get your body to be flexible so you can dance more. Now you will find out that the only people who attend that your free class, remember that you're using this as a lead magnet. You are addressing that pain point as a lead magnet. So the only people who want to attend that your free class are people who want to become more flexible so they can dance more. People who want to be able to dance so that at least they can dance for their boo and they can dance for their loved ones, or so they can take a career in dancing also. So you tell people, okay, if you want to become more flexible, I'll show you how to become a rookie dancer even if you've never danced before. Now people come into that training, or they come to get that free thing you have to give to them. So now you know that the people who came in are people who are interested in learning how to dance. So you can then show them that it's possible for them to learn how to dance. Then you upsell them. You upsell. You now tell them that you have a 2 months package where you can help them figure out how to do ABC. So that's what it's all about. That's what this is all about. Okay? So now you can see that you figured out how you can successfully get only the people who are interested, the people who are going to be interested in what you're offering. So for this our case study right now, if I'm selling this my 6-figure public speaker blueprint, I will address the issue of stage fright. I will help people to overcome stage fright. I will create the content around stage fright, and then I will invite people to a free training where I will teach them how to overcome stage fright. And then after teaching them how to overcome stage fright, I will then tell them that, hey, now that you've overcome stage fright, what if I could show you how to turn this your new hobby of speaking confidently in public, how to turn it into an income generating machine? Now, are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? What if I could show you how to actually convert this your confidence, that now you can speak anywhere in public? What if I could show you how to convert that confidence and start gaining over 6 figures from speaking confidently in public? Now you see that you will be able to sell. It's much easier to sell to these people. Okay? I think I've overflogged this. So let's do the maths. Let's just do the maths, because I love to be very practical. So let's say you have 1,000 people who saw your invitation. Remember, we're still using our case study. 1,000 people saw my invitation to learn how to overcome the fear of public speaking, which is stage fright. So 1,000 people saw that. Of course, there are people who don't have stage fright, so they are not going to come. There are people who they don't even want to overcome stage fright because they don't care, so they are not going to come. So let's say 500 of this 1,000 take that invitation to attend my stage fright class. Some of them have stage fright. Some of them may just want to attend out of curiosity. But at least if somebody is curious enough about stage fright, that person is still your target. So let's say 500 of them takes the invitation to come attend the free training, right? They take that invitation to attend the free training, and then I am able to upsell. And just 10% of this 500, only 10% of these 500 people who attended my free class or took my free whatever, my free lead magnet on stage fright. If I'm able to convert just 10%, 10% of 500 is 5. So if I convert just 5, right? Okay, 50. 10% of 500 is 50. Yes. So if I am able to convert just 10% of this 500 people, okay, and then I sold that blueprint to them at 2,500 naira each. 2,500 naira each. How much would that be? That would be 125,000. Now I did that to just 10%. Only 10% of that 500. So now you see how this whole thing goes. You see how it goes. You have been able to figure out how to get only the people who are interested. It's not about having 1,000 people to join your launch or advertising to 1,000 people. It's about advertising to the people who need what you are going to offer. Because when they need what you're going to offer, converting them becomes very easy. Okay? Converting them becomes very, very, very easy. All right? So let's move to the step 2. What is the second step in launching? You need to play the numbers game. Listen, I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to make it seem like it's an easy game and all that. I'm here to show you everything that works. So the next thing is you need to play the numbers game. Your target should be to get as much people as possible to attend your webinar. Get as much people as possible to watch that webinar. Get as much people as possible to attend that webinar. Okay? So now you need to always consider the 1 to 10% sales conversion rule, right? There's always this 1 to 10% sales conversion rule. So ask yourself, if I convert only 1% of the people who are coming into this place, how many people am I going to have? How much is that going to give me? If I convert just 10%, how much is that going to give me? So if you're not playing the numbers game, let me just show you. If you're not playing the numbers game, 10% of 1,000 is 100. 10% of 100 will just give you 10, right? 10% of 100 will give you 10. 1% of 1,000 is 10. So the higher the number of people who get to watch your webinar, the higher the number of people who you invite to watch that webinar, the better your conversion will be. That's how it is. That's exactly how it is. So your best bet is to get as much people as possible. And I'm going to show you how to get many people, get as much people as possible to actually watch your launch, to watch your webinar. I'm going to show you how to do that using the flooding audience generator, which is one of the bonuses in this course. So you're going to watch that video. You'll find that video in the training area, so that you will find out how to use this flooding audience generator to get as much people as possible. Get as much people as possible to come and watch your webinar. All right. So what's the third step? What is the third step? The third step is that you need to employ a launch sequence. You need a launch sequence. It's not something you just go in and do anyhow. Okay? So your webinar presentation must present you as an authority. It must put you out as an authority, someone that should be respected. And then the goal of your webinar is not to teach. It is not to teach. You did not come to that webinar to teach, or you are not organizing that webinar so you can teach people something. I'm going to be sharing this with you in the part of this course where we talk about I think it should be the launch webinar secrets. I think, yeah, the launch sequence and the ultimate offer template. Yes, in those particular videos I will show you what the goal of your webinar should be. So if you've not watched those videos, don't try to organize any webinar, because you need to use the launch sequence. You need to use a launch sequence. There's something called a launch sequence. Okay. And you also need to use the ultimate offer template. These things are the things that will help you to make sure that your webinar presentation sells out. All right. So that's all for this video. You can find all the other videos and the ones I recommended you watch from here. You can find them, and I'll speak to you in the next video.